Sergeant Otto of the Fairview Police Department. This is Sergeant Donovan. What is your name?
Elena, E-L-A-N-A.
E-L-A-N-A?
Correct. And
Yeah.
then Keith, K-E-I-T-H.
Okay, Elena. What's your date of birth?
1/1982.
Okay. And a good phone number for you?
508.
Yep.
933 8507.
Okay. Again, it's November 22nd, 2021. It's 11:52 p.m. Just to let you know, everything in here is recorded. So, do you have a normal assignment as far as a boss, or where do you work?
Yeah, actually Rescue 2 is I use the Rescue 2 slot 3. I'm on an overtime shift tonight.
Okay, so Rescue 2. And is that the rescue you work in this evening?
Correct.
Okay. So obviously we had an incident that you guys responded to on Melville Street, 120 Melville. So if you wouldn't mind just taking us through that incident, where you were before, what you did when you got there, what you saw, let us know how it went. Just tell me what happened.
I don't remember exactly where we were coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously from like another call, maybe Charlton, if I'm not mistaken. So we got to Melville. We had to park. There was a bunch of cruises, so we kind of came up from Osborne and took them right onto Melville.
Okay.
I think that's right. So we had to come up the street. You know, it was quite a few houses up that we had to walk up with the stretcher and in our gear. When we got up there were a bunch of cops. They said, let us to the apartment. We waited on the doorstep for a minute, and then we went into the apartment, waited in the living room. They said it was clear. They said, medics, clear. And then they said, no, hold on. I think that was like a dog or something. So we had to wait a couple of minutes before we could go into the bedroom. But then they cleared the scene, and we were able to go into the bedroom where the patient was on the floor.
Okay, so you come to the scene, you go up to the house, they lead you in, and they put you in a certain place, which you're saying is the living room, right?
Correct.
Okay. And from there, you're led to, it's a bedroom?
Correct.
Where the patient is?
Correct.
Okay. When you get to the bedroom, what do you see?
The patient was laying on the ground, cuffed. There was, I think, 2 officers. I'm not exactly sure, but I know there was at least one, because that officer uncuffed the patient for us when we had asked, if he could be uncuffed once we realized he had the wounds he was bleeding, and we needed to get him onto the stretcher and do what we had to do.
What was his position, the patient?
He was laying prone not prone. He was, supine on the floor. So Matt already, on his back, because Matt already started to roll him.
He was on his back and he was on the floor.
Yeah.
And you said he was cuffed.
Yes.
So hands were
behind his back.
Okay. And he's on the floor.
Correct.
So continue.
So like I said, my partner Matt asked if he could be uncuffed because we have to roll him on the side so we can assess the wound to see if there's an exit wound and get him onto the scoop stretcher so we can get him outside.
What do you see as far as wounds?
So we've seen 4 altogether. 2 would have been exit and 2 would have been entry, which we don't. We just call them all wounds. We don't know. Yep. We can't tell which one's exit, which one's entry, so we just say 4 gunshot wounds. So it's 2, but 2 would be.
Where were they?
So there was 2 over here, and then 1 here, and on this side.
Okay. And the patient, when you saw him on the floor, was.
Make sure that's right on. Yeah. Okay.
Did you have to move him at any point? Was he clothed? Was he not clothed?
Yep. So he was clothed. We had to cut his sweatshirt and everything to get so we could see.
Okay.
The wounds. We rolled onto the side, like I said. So it would have on this side, so we could get the scoop underneath him.
Did you guys do cut the clothes off, or how'd that happen?
Yes, I believe. I know my partner was cutting his stuff off, and I don't remember. It all happened so fast, but I know my partner started to cut some of it off, and then we cut more off in the truck.
Okay. Was there anything around him on the floor, or what was, how did the room look? Where was he in the room?
So it was messy. He was kind of like, if you were to I walked in the door, he was like right over here. I remember there was like a shoe on the floor because I had to like kick it out of the way to get the stretcher underneath him. There was one of the offices was here. There was like a bunch of clothes and other things on the floor.
Did you have to move anything to get to him? Besides, you said there was a shoe you moved?
Yeah, a shoe, and my partner came in first, so I'm not sure if he moved anything, but other than the shoe and that, like I pushed to the side.
Okay. And so then you get him on a stretcher, is that what happens?
Yep, so we rolled him and got the scoop stretcher underneath him, buckled him, and brought him outside.
Did any officers have to move anything there?
Not sure. I know a couple officers did help us, like move the scoop, like
Okay,
carry
to
the
help
scoop
you with
out
the
with it.
scoop.
Yeah, because of the way that
They have to
the
move
doorway
anything in
was.
the room in order to access, or, just to
They were already
facilitate what
in
you
the
were
room
doing?
when I went in, so I'm not sure.
Okay. But not while you were there?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I mean, they didn't, did you see any hazards on the floor near the
No.
injured? Okay. Do you remember how you mentioned cutting the shirt open, do you remember how they cut it open?
With what?
I believe with scissors.
Okay. Do you know if they were like drawing scissors?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not sure if do you think they were your partners and officers, or?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
not sure, okay. So in any event, the shirt gets caught, he ends up on the stretcher?
Yep.
Now what?
And then we carried him. So my partner and an officer helped carry him out of the bedroom into the living room and outside to the stretcher.
When he was on the floor in the bedroom, what was the patient's, was he conscious? What was his condition?
He was conscious. He was talking. He was saying he was short of breath.
Okay.
So he was just saying, I can't breathe. Did
he say anything else during the time? Okay. Then you got him out to the ambulance and...
Yep, so we got him out to the ambulance, finished cutting the sweatshirt or whatever he was wearing off the rest of the way, so we could assess the wounds, we put the trauma dressings on the wounds. I was bagging him, so I was bagging him most of the time while they did everything else, and then my partner had to do the two decompressions, so to help him breathe.
Okay.
Did he say anything at all?
The patient,
Yeah.
he just kept saying that he couldn't breathe.
Okay.
Hence the breathing
Yeah,
assist
so, yeah.
and
Exactly.
okay.
Okay. So you didn't see anybody move anything?
I personally didn't see anything move anything, but I did also run back out to the truck.
Yep.
To grab the monitor. Like after I went in the first time, then my partner said, "Can you run out and grab the monitor?" So I.
Yeah.
So there was a brief period of time there
Where
when
I
you ran
wasn't
out
in
and
the
you were in
correct.
Okay.
A couple of minutes.
So then you get him in the ambulance, you're working on him, and then what happens? You guys leave, and where do you go?
Yep. So we were going to Rhode Island, and is like a minute, probably not even because it's really close. We turned the corner and we noticed that he was starting to Brady down. So his heart rate was originally in like the 80s, 90s, and went down to like 30, 40. So we called our driver of the ambulance, and said we're going to divert to St. Anne's.
Okay.
So we did that. We pulled in. His heart rate went back up to 80 when we first pulled in. So we were debating to stay there or leave. We decided to stay, which was a good thing because it went back down to the 30s. We got in the room. I was still bagging him, and then he stopped. His pulse. He lost pulses right when he was transferred to the hospital bed.
Okay. And anything else you can think about that you think that we might want to know about the whole incident? Pretty much covered.
No, I don't think so.
All right, awesome. Thank you for your time. Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Appreciate
You're welcome.
Yeah.
it. Sorry to get you off the road.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.